Finn. He's like, hello. Okay. This week for practice, what has been kind of percolating in my mind is this recognition that we spend most of our time in this human experience, like seeking, whether that's belonging, right? Finding people that we resonate with, seeking people that we connect with, seeking love, or seeking purpose, right? A lot of us seek purpose through our career path or through our passions, our hobbies, right? And service, how we contribute to the world. But it was just interesting to me how we can go our entire life on this planet in this pursuit. And I think it's very common for us to get to the end and still be in that space of seeking. And so when I was thinking about that, I was thinking that that means that that is like a part of the journey. It's part of why we're here, is to be in that space of seeking. And that doesn't mean that we've like failed if we don't like arrive at a place. And that's very similar to yoga, I think, right? There is this pursuit of exploration and curiosity and deeper understanding, and the goal is not necessarily the purpose in itself, right? There's not this space that we are trying to reach, and then at that space it is complete, unless you're in the pursuit of enlightenment and on that deeper journey than there is. But for the most part, we are in this constant space of exploration and evolution, and to recognize that that will be constant for our time here, I think helps us to feel okay that we aren't landing necessarily in this definite answer at anything, because it helps to bring into the reminder that everything is like in flux and flow, right? Everything is impermanent and there is steady change happening at all times. So anyhow, allowing ourselves to be in that space of seeking and exploration without having to be at an endpoint today, like not having to master a posture or have the perfect alignment, the perfect engagement, or to be able to do the shape in any specific way, just to be within the experience itself. Yeah. Anyhow, we're going to start in a seat this morning. So go ahead and find whatever comfortable seat you would like to begin in. Then as you start to arrive to a tall spine, just making sure that the tilt of your pelvis allows you to be nice and upright through your torso. From that good posture, as your eyes closed, take a moment to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, and slide your shoulders back and down, creating that space across your heart. Softening the muscles to your face, begin to deepen your breath. And as we deepen our breath, we feel ourselves connecting to not just our bodies a little bit more intimately, but to this moment. And we start to light up that part within ourselves that is curious, that is inclined to explore. We direct that curiosity and that exploration first to the breath. Just feeling all the sensations as air enters our lungs. And all the sensations as that air empties out. Recognizing that within the breath, there isn't an end point. There's the top and the bottom of the breath, but it's a continuous cycle. And it's this cycle that will sustain us through the entire length of our lives. with the breath as well, there's no goal, right? There's no place of completion. Right? It's just this steady, constant journey. It changes, right? It has variance. But there's that constant ebb and flow. And it's this constant ebb and flow that guides our movements on our mat and helps to focus our attention to the present. Just taking one more moment to be curious about how you feel in this present moment, about how your body feels this morning, maybe what's moving through your heart, your mind, what parts of you are be seeking. And then can we direct that searching, seeking, that explorative nature to our practice, to the moment in front of us. As you're ready, go ahead and just take one big breath in through your nose. Then one open mouth exhale, we let it go. And take your time to start to open your eyes. I'm gonna move in. We're gonna be in a seat at the top of our yoga mat still, but we're gonna find a cross-legged seat if you're not already there. And let's take either shin in front, it doesn't matter. We're gonna circle, sweep our hands high as we breathe in. And on your exhale, fold forward any amount, diving over your shin bones. As you find your forward fold, take about 2 cycles of breath. Your third breath in, begin to rise up and reach up again. And as you breathe out, start to side bend over to your left side. Let your left hand come to the earth, reach your right hand up and over to a side body stretch. Get really rooted through your left hip, your right hip, and then breathe up and out of that space. And next breath in, go ahead and rise up and reach up again using the strength of your core and lean back. Switch out your shins and then start to fold forward for your second side. You drop towards the earth, take a moment to settle into your stretch and find those 2 cycles of breath. And on our third inhale, we'll rise up and reach up and find our side body stretch for the opposite side. So as you reach up and over, feel the side of your body lengthen. Try to relax your shoulders out of your ears. And then direct your breath into your side body. Feeling a little bit more length created with each inhale. And allowing your hips to get a little bit heavier with each exhale. And from here, as we rise up and reach up again, just take one big breath in. Then exhale to your tabletop pose. Start to make your way to all fours. And stacking up our joints, fingers nice and wide. We'll take one round of cat-cow. So with your breath in, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. And as you breathe out, begin to round through your spine, finding your cat pose. Press the earth away and let your head hang heavy. As you start to come back to neutral, go ahead and tuck your toes and just find a gentle downward facing dog. Press your pelvis up and back. And take a moment to paddle through your feet. And On your next breath in, start to reach your right leg to the sky, finding your three-legged dog. And on your exhale, flex your right foot, square your hip, and start to find a little more of a deep stretch to your left hamstring. So in your three-legged dog, as you square your hip, your right leg might not lift as high, but that's going to give a deeper stretch to the back of your left leg. Continue to engage your core, relax your head. Then take one more big breath in. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat, maybe helping it there. Rising up to your fingertips or placing your hands on yoga blocks if you have them. We're going to bring our left knee towards a hover, cow lunge. Invite your chest forward with your breath. As you exhale, finding your way to your cat lunge, lengthen your legs any amount. It's still early in practice, so maybe there's some softness in your knees. And then we'll bend into our right knee. And as we step forward, we're going to step forward to a cross-legged forward fold. So your left ankle is going to go behind your right. Your pinky toes, they don't need to be in line. You want the four corners of both of your feet on the earth. Soften your knees and dive down. And if the cross-legged forward fold doesn't work for you, take a regular forward fold instead. Just take one breath in. Then as you exhale, start to unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold. Feet are side by side. With an inhale, lift up halfway. Energize through your belly and lengthen through your spine. With exhale, we fold down towards the earth. Soften through your knees, let your head and tailbone be heavy, and then slowly roll all the way up to standing. Your head will be last to lift. At the top, as you stand tall, take a moment to shrug your shoulders up, back, and open. We'll inhale to reach our hands to the sky, virabhadrasana. Your exhale, soften your knees and hinge forward to your forward fold. Take a halfway lift with your breath. Then as you breathe out, step your left foot to the back of your yoga mat. So same lunge as before, left foot steps back. Drop your left knee down to the ground, and then lengthen your right leg for your half split. You need to scoot your right foot forward or adjust in any way you can. And also bring your hands up to yoga blocks. Flex your right toes to your face. Stretch your sternum forward and think about dragging your right heel back in space. A nice big breath in. And out. Begin to bend into your right knee. And as you lift your back knee off the ground, we're going to step back into our high plank pose. Press the earth away, right foot joins your left. Take a moment here to energize through your center, to squeeze through your quads, your thighs, and then follow your in-breath to shift forward. Knees up or down as slowly as you can. Exhale to your belly. Take your elbows straight back, shoulders out of ears as you descend. Untuck your toes. Then inhale to your low cobra. Pull your heart away from the earth with the strength of your back body. We exhale back to the ground. Good inhale to your low cobra or perhaps your high cobra. Taking a moment to open through your chest. And we exhale back to our bellies. And then you choose low cobra, high cobra, or upward facing dog. Follow your breath in to open through your chest, your front line. And when you're ready with breath out, downward facing dog, hips go up and back. And as you return to your downward facing dog, start to lift your left leg to the sky. And just like on the first side, we're going to flex to the foot and square through the hip. So your left hip point, your left knee, your left toes are pointing to the ground. As you push the earth away, your hips are high, giving your right hamstring a nice big stretch. Core is active. Relax your head and take an inhale. As we exhale, just take a big step forward, left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Allow your right knee to sink to a hover cow lunge. Big breath in. And then exhale begins to shift you to your cat lunge. Find your hamstring stretch and lengthen through your legs. We'll bend into our front knee and step into our cross-legged forward fold. Right ankle steps behind your left. The soles of both feet are planted to the earth. Bend both knees at least a little bit, maybe a lot, and fold forward. Allow your head to be heavy. Take one breath in. And as you breathe out, start to unwind your legs, regular forward fold. We inhale to lift up halfway. And we exhale to release. Soften your knees just like before. Start to roll up to standing. Back of the heart leads you. Finding your way slowly to the top. As you arrive, take one shoulder shrug up, back and open. Inhale to circle, sweep your hands high, virabhadrasana. And your exhale, forward fold, dive to the earth. Find your halfway lift as you breathe in. And then we exhale back to our high plank pose. Within your plank, take a moment to find that strong foundation. And then when you're ready, inhale forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Let your inhale, open your chest to up dog or cobra. And then your exhale guides you back to downward facing dog. And take a deep breath through your nose. And then open up, exhale, let it go. Okay, from here, we're going to inhale right leg to the sky, keeping the hips square just like before. Exhale, right knee to your left, tricep twist underneath yourself. Three-legged dog, take a big breath in. I just realized we forgot our half split in the second set. We'll get that when we go back around. On your exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat. Left knee is gonna hover, cow lunge, take a big breath in. With your exhale, cat lunge, lengthen both of your legs. Pausing here this time with both of your legs long, you have the option to add in a twist. Okay, maybe right hand starts to reach to the sky, get really rooted through your right foot and feel the outside of your right leg open up. Slide your shoulder blades down your back body, stretching your sternum forward. Take a big breath in. And exhale, bend your right knee, release the twist, right hand lowers down. We're gonna lean into our right foot, find a gentle standing splits. Left leg is going to the ceiling. Just like we did in our downward facing dog, we're gonna square our hips. So instead of opening your left hip up, square your left hip down. Take a nice full breath in. And your exhale, bend both of your knees. Finding your way into your cross-legged forward fold. Left ankle goes behind your right just for a moment. Take an inhale. Then unwind your legs as you exhale, regular forward fold. We'll halfway lift, breathing extension through our spine. This time we sink back into our chair pose. As your hips drop back, begin to sweep your heart and hands forward. Take an inhale as you stretch your sits bones back and down. With your exhale, airplane your arms beside you. We'll shift our energy to our left foot and begin to come to right tippy toes. Really press your left heel down to the earth using the strength of your left glute. And then pull your navel to your spine. Feel that upward energy of navel to spine, begin to flamingo your right heel in. Root to rise as you're ready, right knee comes with you, stand up tall. And then at the top, we're gonna be stepping back into a curtsy lunge with a side bend. So your left hand is going to grab your right wrist. As you take your right foot back and towards the left side of the room, you're going to start to side bend to the left. You can keep your right leg long and think about lifting your right thigh bone high, or you can bend your right knee towards a hover. Two different sensations. Your left toes are pointing directly to the top of your yoga mat. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, we're going to shift forward. Just find like an airplane torso. So hinge your heart forward, sweep your hands beside you. As you move your energy into your left foot, get light to your right leg. Engage your belly. For a moment, airplane pose, float your right toes up, take a big breath in. And then place your right toes down, high crescent lunge with exhale. Inhale, reaching your hands to the ceiling. The breath out brings our hands to the earth. Making sure we get our half split second side, drop your right knee to the ground, please, and then lengthen out your left leg any amount. I usually scooch my left foot forward a little bit, feel free to adjust as needed. As you pull your left toes towards you and bend that flex to your ankle, think about isometrically dragging your left heel to the back of your yoga mat as you continue your heart towards the front of the room. Take one cycle of breath. Okay, so to bend into your left knee. As you lift your back knee off the ground, plant your palms. We're going to go directly into our three-legged dog for a second set. Big breath in, left leg lifts, hip is square. Exhale your left knee towards your right. Tricep, find that twist underneath yourself. From your belly and with your breath, three-legged dog, left leg goes to the sky. And we step our left foot forward to the top. Right knee is going to hover, cow lunge, take one inhale. And exhale to lengthen your legs, cat lunge, finding your hamstring stretch. So remember, you can stay right here. Or to add your twist in, right hand's going to stay low or maybe come to a yoga block, left hand reaches high. Then really emphasize the length of your spine. Keep your right hip point buoyant. Shoulder blades drawing down our back body. We take an inhale. And we'll exhale to bend the front knee and release our twist. Gentle standing splits. Shift forward, and as you push through your left foot, your right toes float high. Hip is square. You take one generous inhale. As we exhale, bending both your knees, cross-legged forward fold, right ankle behind your left. Remember, this can always be a regular forward fold. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, unwind your legs to your traditional forward fold, uttanasana. Lifting halfway, we take an inhale. Exhale to utkatasana, chair pose. Let your next breath elongate you from fingertips to sits bones. And give yourself a moment to settle into your personal depth. Big breath in. With your exhalation, airplane your arms beside you. Get super solid through your right leg and start to kind of left to be toes. Again, from the power of your right glute, your right seat, dig your right heel down. Then, as you're ready, flamingo your left leg up in it. Then slowly root to rise. Bring your left knee with you. Maybe flexing your left foot so there's energy through your lifted leg. At the top, your right hand is going to catch your left wrist. And we're going to step back into our curtsy lunge. So left foot is going back and to the right. Kind of scoot your toes to where you want them to be. Side bend up and over to the right side of the room. Remember, left thigh bone can be lifted, or you can bend your left knee to a hover. Take one more big breath. And as we breathe out, we're going to start to tip forward, hinging into our torso like an airplane upper body. Super slow motion, lean into your right foot, and eventually float into your airplane pose. That can be a tricky transition. We take a big breath in. You step back into our high crescent lunge. Left toes land, lift up to the sky with your inhalation. Your exhalation, bring your hands down to the earth. Okay, three-legged dog. We inhale, right leg to the ceiling, hip is square. On your exhale, take your right knee to your left, tricep twist underneath yourself. Bending our half fallen triangle. Keep both your hands on the earth. Just thread your right leg through like you're going to your fallen triangle. Flex your right foot and then stretch your heart forward. Hips are in line with your spine. You're squaring your left hip down to the earth. You're going to draw your right hip up and back. Take one more moment here. And then open up to your fallen triangle. Allow your left heel to rotate down. Reach your left hand to the sky. Take a nice big breath in. You can also reach your left hand up and over to the front of the room. You want to add in the side body stretch. Going to our three-legged dog, left hand is going to lift. Use your core to reach your right leg to the sky, deep inhale. Place your right foot forward as you exhale. Left knee hovers, one breath in. Both legs long, hamstring stretch, breath out. Maybe for one inhale, your right hand's going to twist to the sky, finding that revolved pyramid. On your exhale, bend your right knee, release your right hand. Standing splits, left leg to the ceiling, take a big breath in. One time, Shiva squats to bend your knees. Maybe left knee comes towards the back of your right calf as you reach your heart forward. Press through your right heel, standing splits on your inhale. We're going to go right to our chair pose with exhale. Softness through your knees as you step into your strong seat. Take your breath, lift your chest. On breath out, hands come to heart. Left foot stays low, flamingo, your right heel up and in. And then as you're ready, root to rise tall, expanding up to the ceiling. Just like before, we're finding our curtsy side bend. So left hand catches your right wrist. Take a giant step back with your right toes. As you find your curtsy, add the side bend in, lean to your left side. Take a full inhale. Make sure your left toes are pointing directly to the front of your yoga mat. And then airplane or warrior three with exhale. So as you hinge forward, your hands can reach to the front of the room or beside you. Float your right toes up. Taking 2 cycles of breath this time, slow breath in. And slow breath out. And one more inhale. And high lunge is our exhale, right toes release. Adding in here, we're going to reach our hands to the sky with our breath. And then prayer twist your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Get super elevated through your right thigh bone, proud through your chest. One of these days, I'm going to use a different yoga mat. This one just slides all over the place. Good, one more big breath in, brings you back to your high crescent lunge. Press through your feet, lift up. And as you breathe out, warrior two, right heel rotates down. Okay, take a moment to reverse your triangle, lengthen your left leg, reach your left hand up, big breath in. And then triangle pose. Maybe finding a little micro bend through your front knee. Draw your hips back in space as you reach forward. And then tip into your triangle pose, dekasana. You take one inhale. And with our exhale, right hand's going to reach up and overhead to the front of our yoga mat. That's going to circle sweep us into our wide-legged forward fold. Turning all 10 toes to the long edge of your yoga mat. You can always bend your knees in that transition. Take one breath in and one exhale. Good. Lifting halfway, we're going to pivot to face the front of our yoga mat. When you're ready, drop your right knee to the earth. Half splits. I promise I'll remember second side this time. And so as you lengthen through your half splits, similar to what we were doing in our pyramid, you have the option for a twist. You can always use your yoga blocks here or your fingertips. Right hand's going to stay low. Make sure there's at least a little micro bend through your left knee. You're really engaged the muscles through your left leg. And use your core to help twist your left hand towards the sky. So left leg is super strong and active. We're trying to energetically cow our spine and wrap ourselves into a deep twist. Big breath in. And exhale, bend your left knee and release. You tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. We're going three-legged dogs, left leg to the sky with your inhale. Hip nice and square. Take your left knee to your right tricep as you exhale. half fallen triangle, so threading your left leg through. Keep your plank position in the rest of your body, so both hands on the earth. Flexing through your left foot, slide your chest forward, shoulders are over your wrists. Your right hip point is squaring down as your left hip draws up and back. So imagine your entire body's like a plank except for your left leg. I know that's really spicy sometimes, so when you're ready, fall in triangle. Release your right heel. Open up through your chest. Option for your right hand to reach up and over to the front of the room. We'll make our way back into our three-legged dog. From your core, lift your left leg high, deep breath. And step your left foot forward, breath out. Right knee comes to a hover, one inhale. Lengthen your legs as you exhale. Maybe for your breath in, left hand reaches high. And as you breathe out, bend your left knee, release the twist. Standing splits, right toes reach up, take a big breath in. On your breath out, Shiva squat, bending through your knees, sink through your seat. Lifting your heart energetically away from left thigh. And then root to reach tall again, standing splits. We'll make our way to chair pose, utkatasana. Take a moment to arrive into your seat. Full breath in. Hands go to heart center with breath out. And we transfer our weight to our right foot. The flamingo, your left heel up as you're ready. Recruiting your core, root to rise, one-legged tadasana, big breath in. Bending our way back to our curtsy lunge side bend, right hand grabs your left wrist. Take a step back into the right. And then reach up and over, lifting your ribcage off of your pelvis. Take your breath. You choose airplane or warrior three. So hands stretch in front of you or beside you. Take as much time as you need to transfer your weight to right foot. Really recruit your core as you fly. Here for 2 cycles of breath. Steady breath in. Slow breath out. You can have softness in your standing leg. The bend to the knee is totally fine. Take one more inhale. And then crescent lunge. Really stretch your left toes back with your exhale. And then press your feet to reach up. To our prayer twist, take your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Get powerful through your left hamstring. Rotate your chest. One breath in. And one breath out. Pressing through your feet, you're going to move through your high crescent lunge. And then through your warrior two. From warrior two, reverse your triangle. And I personally like a shorter stance for my triangle pose, especially when I'm on the slippery yoga mat. So you can adjust your feet if you want to. A little micro bend to the right knee, we hug muscle to bone, we lengthen forward, and then we find our tilt. We plug our right thigh bone in as we extend through both side bodies. We drive down to the outside edge of our left foot. Nice and open, take an inhale. Left hand leads us, we're going to a wide-legged forward fold. So remember, you can bend your right knee and then sweep through to your wide-legged forward fold. You dive down into your straddle, take 1 cycle of breath. Think about leaning forward into the fronts of your feet and sending your tailbone to the sky. Okay. With your breath in, lift up halfway. And your breath out, pivot lower to the top of your yoga mat. Lower your left knee down to the earth, and then start to find your half splits extending through your right leg. Remember, if you need to adjust your foot, you can maybe grab your yoga blocks. And if you're going into the twist, make sure there's a micro bend through your right knee. Engage through your right leg, and rotate your right hand to the sky. Right hip is drawing down to the earth. Extend through our torso. Take 1 steady breath in. And 1 steady breath out. When you feel ready to release, really gently let go of the twist and bend into your front knee. Okay, we'll lift our back knee off the ground. We're going to step back into our high plank pose. Right foot joins our left. On inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Exhale to your belly, lower to the ground. Once you arrive, untucking your toes, find a lower high cobra just to reset. Then exhale to release. Fingertips nice and wide. Gecko pose is where we're going to go next. So elbows stuck over your wrists. Encourage your shoulders out of your ears. With a big breath, lift your chest up. And we push the earth away to lift a little higher. And as we breathe out, left shoulder is going to dip in, twist to the right. With inhale, draw yourself through center. Then exhale, second side. Right shoulder dips in, twist towards the left. Then we'll inhale up through center. And as you exhale, lower straight down. Hands by your low ribs, press back to a child's pose. Hips will reach back to your heels, extend long through your spine, take a breath. Rising up to a seat on your shins, reach to the ceiling, take a big breath in. On your exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Okay, so spreading your wings open. This is option 1. You can stay right here. Option 2, right hand to the outside of your left leg for a little bit more depth. If you want to add in your back bend component, left fingertips are going to go towards the earth behind you. You can either just reach your right hand to the sky. We're going to kick your shin bones down into the earth, engaging through your center. Add in the lift of your hips. So it's kind of like half camel shape. You take a big breath into whatever twist variation feels best for you. And exhale to release. Maybe your knees crack like mine. We'll circle sweep hands to the sky, coming through center. We exhale, twist to the right. So again, maybe you just spread your wings. Option for left hand to outer right back. Or right fingertips to the earth. And kicking your shin bones into the ground, find your back bend. Take an inhale to your shape. On your exhale, start to release. Okay, we're going to shift into like a last little bit of some standing balance work. And then I want to spend some time in some deeper stretching through the hips and hamstrings. So go ahead and make your way to down dog just for a transition. Shift forward and lift your hips. Okay, we're actually going to walk it to the back of our yoga mat. So forward fold the back of your yoga mat. Use your core and walk your hands back to your feet. With softness in your knees, get to slowly roll your way up to standing. Really let your head be heavy, shoulder blades are spread wide as the back of your heart leads the way. At the top, maybe that shoulder shrug action. Then shifting your energy into your left foot. Bring your right knee up. You might bring your hands to your hips so you can feel the evenness of your pelvis. So oftentimes when we lift our leg, we have a tendency to lift the right hip with us. So trying to keep the hips nice and square. Right knee in line with your right hip bone. Engage through your belly and send your arms out in front of you. Like imagine like holding a yoga block between your palms. Also, hands are in line with our shoulders. From here, adding in our twist, we're going to press the back of our right hand to the right. So we're peeling open. You might use the back of your right hand as leverage for that twist. Spread your collarbones super wide. Good. In your twist, if you want to challenge your balance, you can look back to your right thumb. If you'd like to, you can engage and send your right leg long in front of you, thinking about using the strength of your right quad to lift your right toes to the sky. Take one big breath in. And your exhale to bend your right knee. Unwind. Hands will come to heart center. And we figure forward ankle on left thigh. Stretching your sits bones back and down. Chest stays nice and proud and open. And just take one breath in. And one breath out. To transition out of this, we're going to go into our cross-legged forward fold. This time as you raise up just a little bit, step your right foot in front of your left. Bend through your knees any amount and dive down. Take an inhale. And an exhale. So we unwind through our legs, regular forward fold, soft knees, roll your way up. At the top, shoulders shrug and open. You're going to maybe hands start at your hips. So you transfer your weight to your right foot. Engage through your core so that you enable to spine connection. And lift your left knee up. Now, I didn't do as much like explicit core work today in our practice. So finding that engagement here in these other moments that are going to support your shape. So really try to keep your core active the whole time here. Hands reach out in front of us. Plug your shoulders in. And as you're ready, take your breath. And your breath out is going to peel you open to the left. So think about pressing the back of your left hand back as you twist open. Try to keep your hips square to the front of your yoga mat. And then add-ons. If you would like to, you can look back to your left thumb. Or you can send your left leg long, or you can do both. Think about pushing down into your right foot more firmly to help lift your left leg up. You can always bring your hands back to your hips and notice if your left hip tried to lift up with your left leg extension. Strong through your core again, shoulders are over your hips. As we unwind, we'll bend the front knee if we have that extension. And we find figure 4, left ankle on our right thigh. And just give yourself a moment, a couple cycles of breath. And you're ready for your cross-legged forward fold. You're going to rise up just enough so you can slide your left ankle in front of your right. Soften through your knees and fold forward. Take one breath here. Then unwind through your legs. Inhale to lift up halfway. With exhale, we fold forward. Actually, just bend your knees and have a seat instead. So we're going to switch forward towards the top of our yoga mat. And then we're going to find our legs out in front of us. Just a little seated stretch before we lay down. So over time, we're going for the forward anterior pelvic tilt that allows our spine to sit up nice and tall, right? If our hips and hamstrings and such and back are tight, you tend to be in this more rounded space, yeah? So that might require bending through your knees to give you the ability to tilt your pelvis forward and sit up. So adjust as needed, but free to have softness in your knees. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna bend our right knee towards our body. Maybe just first pausing here, hands catch the front of your right shin, and then pull your thigh to you to sit up taller. From there, step your right foot across your left leg. As the sole of your right foot comes to the earth, again, you can use your hands to help you sit up nice and tall. From here, right hand's gonna sweep behind us. Flex your left toes to the sky, reach your left hand tall, big breath in to lengthen first. Then we exhale, hook, and twist. So your right hand is helping to facilitate that good posture still. And then we're rinsing and rotating through center. Left toes flex to your face. Take one more breath. And when we unwind from here, Super slowly and gently take a counter twist. Your hands are both going to come to the left side of your body. Think about catting your spine. As you round your upper back, just let your head hang heavy. One breath in. And one exhale. Okay, sitting up tall, the last part of our progression is a half gomukhasana. So you're going to wiggle your right foot a little bit further to the left so that your knees are coming towards in alignment. Yeah, you need to adjust and draw your sits bones back a little bit, you can. Flexing through both your feet, sit tall as you breathe in. This might be as far as you go. If you want to, you can fold forward any amount with breath out. Make sure that you're not hyperextending in your left knee, so there's energy around the muscles to your left leg. And breathe. You might not need to go very far forward at all in this one. It's pretty spicy. And then we're going to just slowly sit up and switch our legs. So right foot's going to go forward. And go ahead and draw your left knee to a bend. First, just planting your left foot to the inside of your right leg. Use your hands on your left shin to sit up tall. Core is working really strong here too. Flex your right toes to your face. And step your right foot across. Again, using your hands to help you sit up tall. Keep your left hand back behind you for that kickstand, that second spine. Your core keeps you lifted through your chest as you reach your right hand high. Big breath in. We'll exhale, hook, and rotate. So your right elbow is pressing down to help you lift up and adding a little bit of energy to the twist. Your right toe still flexing to your face as you take one more cycle of breath. Take your time to slowly soften away from the shape, from the twist, and finding a counter twist. Hands go to the right side of your body. Allow your spine to gently round, head is heavy. Let's take one breath. We bring ourselves upright, half gomukhasana, and wiggle your left foot over to the right until your knees are about in line. You need to slide your sits bones back, you can. Sit tall with your inhale, flex your right toes towards your face, engage the muscles to your right leg, and an option to tip forward any amount. So even for me, I'm pretty bendy and I don't have to go very far forward in this. So you're just looking for sensation. There's not a goal of being able to rest all the way down. You're just being curious with the sensation and the space that we're in. Exploring that sensation with breath for 2 more cycles. Okay, taking your time, there's no rush. You can stay a little bit longer, otherwise sit up, unwind your legs, maybe take a little shake out through the thighs, and then we'll scooch forward and use our core to lower down. So creating heel anchors, flex your feet into the earth. Sit up into that really good posture, again, reaching your hands high. Take a nice big breath in. On your exhale, begin to slowly lower backwards and able to spine heels digging down into the ground. You'll find your way all the way into a full body stretch. Reach your hands up overhead, take a breath in. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Left leg long upon the earth, begin to flex energy forward through your left heel. And then draw your right knee to your right shoulder. Take an inhale. And then Gomukhasana, right thigh on top of left as you exhale. If you don't want to do Gomukhasana, or if figure four works better for your body, you're going to take your right ankle on top of your left thigh for figure four. In your Gomukhasana, you're stacking your thigh bones, bringing your knees into alignment. And then as you split out your shins, opposite hands to opposite feet. So my left hand is catching my right foot or ankle. My right hand is catching my left foot or ankle. Then flex your feet and take a little rock from side to side, maybe. And last breath here. As you unwind through your legs, take a moment in happy baby pose. Knees wide, hands to ankles or feet. Feel free to find extension through one leg and then the other, or both. Then we're going to release our right leg long across the earth. Flex your right heel forward to the front of the room. Draw your left knee to left shoulder. Take your inhale. And then exhale is going to take you into your Gomukhasana or figure four. Left thigh on top of your right, or left ankle on top of your right thigh. And then just exploring within the sensations of whatever shape you've chosen. So being curious, you can kind of move about a little bit. You can play with different amounts of engagement or resistance or letting go. And take a breath in. And with breath out, when you're ready, there's no rush. You're going to unwind. Give your happy baby just a moment. And then we're going to take one bridge pose before making our way towards our butterfly and shavasana. So for your bridge pose, knees bent, place your feet down at the earth. If you want to take a restorative bridge, you can choose to either keep your hips grounded or to slide a yoga block underneath your pelvis. Then take a deep inhale. And with your exhale, begin to root through your feet and lift through your hips. And using this as a counterbalance to all the hamstring opening, all the forward folding that we did today, just allow your front body to become more spacious. Worry less about the exactness of your posture and think more about just the opening of your front line. Listen firm through your feet. Take one or two more cycles of breath here. And whenever you are ready for your butterfly, Supta Baddha Konasana, that is where we'll head next. So you'll take your time to eventually lower your hips down to the earth. Once your hips arrive to your yoga mat, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open. Closing down your eyes for 3 cycles of breath before Shavasana. Just take a moment to adjust and then deeply inhale through your nose. And exhale, open your mouth and let that breath go. And 2 more cycles of breath, big breath in. And cleansing exhale to release. And last round here, deep inhale, fill your belly, your lungs, your chest. And sigh that breath out, let it go. You might make the decision to stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, reaching down, gather your knees into your chest. Maybe curl your nose up to your knees. Take a big, big breath in. And then on exhale, we relax and release into Shavasana, sending everything long. Arms and legs relax long and wide. Give yourself a moment to adjust your head and shoulders, your hips. And as you close your eyes, you might decide to take one more cycle of cleansing breath. A deep inhale in. And cleansing exhale, let it go. Starting to bring your awareness back into your body in this moment. We redirect our focus to the rise and fall of our breath again. A steady and constant rhythm that sustains us, is with us always. As we reconnect to body and breath, we also take a moment to scan through heart and mind. Just noticing what has maybe risen to the surface in these deeper spaces of ourselves after moving and breathing. And you can choose to stay as you are. You can choose to bring your hands to your heart. You can choose to add some movement into your body or find your way to a seat. Wherever you want to close your practice, perhaps your eyes stay closed. Your focus still turned inward, still in that place of mindful observation. And perhaps your hands come to your heart, either to stack at your chest or into prayer. Anjali Mudra. We close our practice in deep appreciation and gratitude. Right? Deeply appreciating this practice that welcomes us as we are, meets us where we're at, provides a clear pathway to deeper understanding, to greater clarity, and ultimately to liberation if we seek it. And pause in gratitude for our bodies and all that we're physically capable of, our health and our well-being, and the breath that sustains us. And in gratitude of this time that we shared and the energy we exchanged, we'll take one more deep breath in. And then open mouth, exhale, release. May yoga offer us a path to compassion. May our individual practices serve as our individual teachers, always leading us to live with authenticity and to love deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here and taking this time. And namaste.